In CRM systems, typically there's a tagging function. You can see that on the right-hand side here with the blue with the highlighted kind of like words or buttons there. You can start to segment people by what type of lead they are. You can segment people by how they found you, right? Whether they came in from Google My Business or from your website, or if they downloaded your thing from your QR code, right? You can start to segment people specifically just in how they found you, which is a great start, because if on the back end you've got some automations built that says if they find us in this particular way, send them this email or send them this text, that kind of stuff. That's a great reason for starting to segment people by how they found you in the first place. Obviously, a big one here, what they did, what they bought from you. Did they set an appointment? Did they confirm the appointment? Did they already buy Roman shades, right? Or did they fill out a form saying they're interested in roller shades, something like that? All of these different things, again, can create or can kick off automations, follow-up related stuff to keep that lead warm and also segment people out. So let's say there is there's a new version of a motor that comes out. If you're tagging people that have installed the old version, an easy way to then reach out to them, just segment that particular piece of your list out, send them an email. It says, hey, there's a new motor. We're offering this one-time upgrade special, something like that, right? So if you're segmenting people by what they purchased from you or actions that they took related to your site or marketing, this is a great way to do that. You can also do it by who they are. And there's a little caveat here to be careful. There are privacy related issues. You just have to be a little bit careful. You can't really address somebody and say, because you're a woman under the age of 35, we thought we'd offer this to you, right? That might impede on some privacy related issues. So keep track of them, but just be careful with what you're tracking. Facebook used to offer a lot of these different demographics as ways to advertise to people, and they got in trouble for it. So a lot of those are gone now. So you can definitely do this in a CRM. Just be a little bit careful about it, I would say. Make sure that you're considering privacy related issues. You can use your list in different ways. Are they somebody who's never heard of you? So it's a cold list that maybe you purchased a list of people who have moved into your zip code in the last 30 days, right? And you just want to reach out to them. Well, that would be a cold list. So you have to be careful how you talk to them versus how you talk to somebody who's maybe already raised their hand or somebody who's already been a customer in the past, right? But you can definitely start to segment people like that and then start to talk to them in different ways, depending on things that you know from the past about that particular person. Most people only focus on your nurture list, or typically what we would call a newsletter, right? Boy, I'm just building a list so that I can send out my monthly newsletter. I think that's a missed opportunity because there are a ton of other things that you can do with that list. And we've talked about a lot of these already, but by segmenting people out, you can start to send specific pieces of email about specific things, which is really cool. I heard a great example about this one time that has nothing to do with window treatments, but it was a record store. If you're interested in records or something like that, and it looks like you always purchase jazz related records, right? Then the record store has the new AC/DC album that came out. They've got a limited quantity. Would it do them any good to email you, right? So great example of segmenting people out. Send that to the rock and roll people first, because you'll probably sell out a lot quicker than sending it to the jazz people. And there's no reason to send it to everybody. If you're segmenting well, that can really help you target specifically on the audience that is interested in that particular item.